Wait. Hello, hello. I need to do something which I've forgotten. Should I go back? Let me just go back and see. Okay. Let me. Actually, I have changed the. Oh, I can't see my board. Let me see whether I got any board here. Hello, good evening. I don't know whether I lightning Q&A. I know it's Sunday. I know you all are busy, but that, like I say, do you believing in second chance? Do you believe in giving second chance? Well, that's what AI asked me to ask today. But let me just do this one. Okay, I use this board. Okay, I managed to do that. Discuss with my viewers. Welcome, children of the universe. Now you see me as I am today. Well, I look always more or less the same unless AI touch it up for me. And I have taken out, so now I am just using the normal. You see what the difference are? If I put beautifying, wah, cantik right? So I put back my natural. I better be natural. I feel very, very fake when I put on the AI thing. Actually discuss today. AI from TikTok asked me to discuss, do you believe in giving second chances? Okay, but that is not my topic today. Today my topic is I don't have, why I keep saying I didn't bring my the lights, for social media, so I hope you can see me well. So how is everybody doing? Today is already Sunday, tomorrow is the beginning. Actually, for me, I feel that every day should be your beginning. The days were named as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so forth, to facilitate convenience to make appointment. There is no difference in any of the days. So don't say, oh, Monday I got to go back to work, so tired. Well, you got 2 days holiday. Some of you have 1 day. Imagine people that don't have holidays. Like we used to work non-stop because we wanted the money. Okay, so welcome. Alex Gunn. Alex Gunn is here. Our date have been going on and off, saying want to date until now. Now you can come and look for me. I am always here. When I'm not traveling, so you can come to my place. You got my number, so you can call me. Because I cannot put my number here, otherwise I got so many appointments, I can't catch up with my own work. What I was just saying is, welcome, children of the universe. Thank you for coming in. And being a Sunday, I decided to have it earlier. In fact, I wanted to change my timing to earlier. It will be best at 9 o'clock in the morning. But nowadays, because I sleep very late, I asked my doctor, I say, how everybody sleep by 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. I sleep at 2 o'clock and I'm still so energetic. So my doctor tell me that as long as you have enough sleep and you're healthy and you're well, just sleep when you need to sleep. You don't need to go and force yourself going to bed and yet you cannot sleep. Then you become so stressful. Maybe because my brain not being used too much. Now I must use a lot of my brain so that I become so tired, then I can sleep by 11 o'clock. Right? So what I was just saying is I wanted to change, and I'm deciding whether to change or not my posting from 9 p.m. to 8 p.m. or whenever I feel like posting it. Because 9 p.m. now, I just discovered that I have a virtual Vipassana sitting from 9 to 10. So during that time, I want to give it a go and see whether I can, with the group and the energy, I can perform better. Because meditations helps me in many ways, especially where the topic that I'm going to share today on patience. So I'll ask you, how patient are you? How patient are you? How will you rate your patient? Very patient is 1. So patient 2 lah, not patient 3. So what is your patient level? I don't know why AI keep asking me to say second chances. I don't need to tell you about second chances because I don't I don't think it is fair because individually everybody have their way of dealing with things. It all depends on the severity of the situation. If second chances in love, you either love or you don't love, that's it. Second chances in relationship, maybe like mine, is a second chance in relationship. Is not so much about love, it's more about companionship now. So love no longer exists, as if it's just not that kind of man and woman love, okay? It's just companionship that you feel comfortable, you feel secure. You know what is love to different people is different have different meaning, I would say that. So what is considered worthy as love yet can be differentiated in many ways, okay? So this is what I want to just share when AI asked me to ask my viewers what you think about second chances in love. But I won't trouble you with that. The one when I'm in the mood, then I will share with you. I just put some words into it, that's all. So today I'm just asking, what is patient to you? Are you a patient person? One, as very patient. Two, somehow patient, sometimes patient. Three, you are very impatient. Want to participate? I mean, as a person, not as a person, how is your patient level? For me, I used to be very impatient. I will give myself very high on 3. But after I have gone through life and also all the ups and downs and all the challenges that I faced, I start to see patients from a different perspective. And so, patient, in other words, is the capacity to maintain calmness. You know, when you want to solve you want to find solution, if you go into impatient, you normally will face a lot of challenges because your brain is not functioning. But there are many types of patients that we are looking at. Ambrose, where are you now? Are you still having your restaurant? Okay. So patient, in other words, means I'm reading capacity to maintain calmness and accept situation. But with patience comes also with frustration, anger, dissatisfaction, and control action. What makes me say that? Because I've been through it. Every time I had to be patient, I mean past with somebody, I had to ask myself, what makes me want to be patient? You know, is if the person is not deserving for my patience, then I just ignore the person and walk away. But the test is for me to know my worth. Now, in my awakening your worth, my mission is to help 1% of the total population to find their worth. So there's a difficult task, but I think it's doable. It needs a lot of patience. And that kind of patience is like what I'm doing now. I'm just sharing topic after topic from my perspective of living my life. You can say I'm wrong, you can say I am silly or I am ignorant, because it is all your opinion that is matter to you only. So when you commented something like that, it also opened up the window for you to ask yourself, now, if I have commented this, so where am I in this situation? Now, patience was something that had been taught to us. You know, when you go out and you see a kid very impatient about certain things, the parents say, "Stay patient." You know, why are you so impatient? You must be patient to want something. You must train yourself to be a good boy or good girl. You must be patient. You must be able to, uh, you know, you must be able to accept other people's opinion even though you don't like it. You have to be patient. So these are the emotions that have been stopped by patience. You know, when people train you to be patient when you're so young, not when you don't understand anything, they just ask you to be patient and you don't even know what is the patient, what the word patient really means. It push you further into the shadow. It push you into a stage where you don't even know what is right and what is wrong anymore. Except that if you're patient, you are a good girl or a good boy. So you practice patience and you forgot your voice. So impatient and patient are the emotion that should be allowed when you feel that way. Now look at the kids nowadays. The parents have been very patient with them because they feel that uh, you know you can see children running around creating chaos at the place, and they have been patient because they don't want to be seen as bad parents if they start scolding the children. But that is not patient, that is ignorant. Forgive me if I said the wrong thing, yeah. Because when you are in a public place, you must explain to the kids that this is a public place. Don't run around and then you fall down. You might be there might be hot water that will be poured on you or something like that. So you have to behave yourself, patient, finish the dinner, then we go back. I know it is going to be difficult if you are a very active kid, but I feel that it is for your safety that you you just sit for 1 hour or 2 hours for the dinner and we go home, then you can run around at home. That way you'll be safe and you know the reason why. You don't go and scold them or threaten them or even let them run amok without telling them what is happening. That is irresponsible for me to see. I mean, for me, if I see the parents doing it, I feel very glad when I see parents explaining things to children, because it needs a lot of patience to explain things to kids. It's like when you are young, maybe now you're not that young. I mean, you're younger than me. Maybe wouldn't understand what I'm talking about. When I was young, about 50, 60 years ago, they will tell, if you ask your parents, oh, where does baby comes from, then they'll give you all kind of story. And that are all lies, because they think it is a shameful thing to let kids know about sex, to tell them about how the baby was formed. Well, come on, nowadays you don't tell them, they are more curious and they go and commit sexual misbehave, and then who to blame? So be very patient to explain to them what is actually happening. You don't need to go into the detail and show them the movies about how kids are made, or the sex part of it, you know. It's just that whenever a kid is born, it should be because both side wanted to have another new life, to bring a new life into the world. So they need to find ways and explain uh, clearly to the young ones. And the young ones now are very, very, very smart. So don't treat them as dumb, yeah? So welcome to my page, Awakening Your Worth. I am Peggy Ang, and today's topic is about patience. It's a very tough topic because AI keep on asking me to explain what is it? Share about second chance, discussing the meaning of second chances in love. how patient you are. Well, second chances in love. Why do you need patience? I don't understand what AI is trying to tell me or wanting to tell me. You either love people or you don't love people. If you don't love yourself, then obviously you don't love the other person. You just wanted the attention. You just wanted somebody to give you the comfort, somebody to take care of you, and you in vice versa compensated that as your part by being a partner, by caring for the person. You know, it's just like a business deal. So if you don't love each other, well, not as boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, well, there must be some caring going on. Because nowadays you see the 50, 60, or maybe older people, they can't even remember their own name. How do you expect them to remember love? They just can feel that they are comfortable, they are secure, they have security, and to them, that is what you call love, right? So if you look into the what you call the movie, I've been watching a lot of dramas from China, and I really don't agree with the way our ancestors do things, but there's nothing I can do. But it happened, even in this life. So you know, the emperors get so many concubines, they can't even remember who is their wife, and there is so many things going up behind his back that he don't even know, the backstabbing, the poisoning. So even from that time, love is never a word I think they understand, or they understood. Yeah, care they understand. Loving, I very much doubt they understand. So that is why we have this compounding interest of loveless situation. What is love also don't know. You just know you like sex, you like to have bonking around, you like to, you know, be seen as the man of the house that can have so many concubines. And now you have, I think got one country in Tibet that they can have, yeah, Tibet, that they can, certain culture, the woman can have 3 husbands, 4 husbands. How they divide, I don't know. But in the China emperor's time, the men can have so many wives. Right? In certain religions, they still can allow that. But that is beyond us to say anything. But does love come into the picture? So this is what happened when you are in a relationship. You have to be very patient with yourself, not with other people, with yourself, by holding on your love, by holding on to what you think is love, and then find out whether the person is really what you want, or it's just like the movie star, you just fall for the star, and then when the glitters goes off, you no longer have that kind of love. So whose fault is it? I also very confused, you know, because how does love come about for some people who don't know each other, and they get married and they stay married, stay in love for so many centuries, and you see a lot of couples that know each other for ages, and after they married, they divorce. So where is the sentiment of patience in a relationship? Is it because you're not patient enough to find clarity, that you didn't take time to go and find out whether this person is what you want, or you just grab anybody because everybody is getting married, you're not getting married, so you just want somebody faster, you impatiently wanted somebody, right? So thank you for coming in. Thanks yourself for coming in. Today is Sunday. I really appreciate that you spend time with me now. Though this is a very tough topic, and I don't know whether I have presented it well or not, but I want you to think about it when you are practicing patience. the first person you should practice is yourself. You know, now I am very patient because why? I don't want myself to be hurt. I don't want to get, you know, into putting myself into an emotional turmoil that makes myself very tired, because patience is such a huge uh, emotional thing. In order to be patient, you need to have a temporary relief. That means okay, I'm patient, but your heart is not patient. That means you are finding a space to go into so that you have calmness at that moment, or maybe you are just tolerating or enduring whatever that is happening because you are expected to do so to keep peace, or maybe you just want to stay balanced, or you just don't know what to do. So you tell yourself, okay, when I'm patient, things is going to be fine. I don't need to be interrupted. I don't need to get involved. So that kind, hello, Mr. Sim, you came in. So when you are in that kind of situation, you are pushing yourself into the background. You're pushing yourself into the shadow, and that is not healthy. That's why sometimes you feel very rejected. Sometimes you feel like being shunned, or sometimes you feel that something is missing because you didn't solve the problem. You're just being patient due to the fact that you are trained to be patient. And that is not good, because if you are not ready to be patient and you are forcing yourself to do that, it's like you forcing yourself to sleep. And if you cannot sleep and you force yourself to sleep, you know that kind of frustration. I know, because hi Sunny, because I also sometimes cannot sleep. So nowadays I'm pretty relaxed, yeah. If I cannot sleep, then I say okay, I cannot sleep. Let's watch some movie. Because I stay alone, so it's okay. I watch some movie, I play some game, I do some journaling, or even clean up my room or tidy up my things. And when I'm ready to sleep, I will sleep. And sometimes I have appointment in the morning. That is about 7 o'clock. If I sleep at 2, I only got 5 hours. So I have to work very hard to train my unconscious mind that okay, tonight I only got 4 hours or 3 hours of sleep. So the conscious mind had to sleep, the unconscious mind go to work. But you make sure you give me the 3 hour full sleep. 99% of the time it works. Yeah, it's only when I wake up I am a bit lazy lah, because when you're not enough sleep, then you tend to, I mean, when you think that you're not enough sleep, you tend to feel very lazy. But honestly speaking, if you have sleep 8 hours, but in actual fact you are not in the theta stage or delta stage for 8 hours, you are wasting the rest of it just by snoozing. It's like your alarm, you snooze it, so it doesn't give you that kind of impact. So what I did is I trained myself to have 100% sleep. Then if whoever share room with me when I travel, I say I snore, because my job during sleep is to concentrate on sleeping. How many of you have this ability? I know I have. I think my manifestation and also my was it law of Mudita mentioned law of attraction, or is it Mr. Sim who mentioned law of attraction, are pretty strong. Okay, and then you might think, why my TikTok I didn't really encourage or pull viewers in. Well, awakening your worth is a journey. It is not a selling. It is not a POS, point of sales. So people come in and out as and when they are ready. And if they are ready, then they will change. Because I don't have the ability to force change, and I don't want to force change. Because if I do like that, well, I can if I wanted to, but it's not lasting. Yeah, it's like when you want to change your habit, if you do not find a reason to do it, it's just because of the pressure you tell yourself you have to change, then you will only do it for a few days and then you forgot about it. I do a lot of things that I thought I should do, but after I found that it is not being effective in my growth, or it is not being supportive of my growth, then I let it go. I was told by my partner, said, wow, you like to change a lot of things and then you don't stick to it. I said, yeah, my life is all about change. If I don't like it, I change. I don't like it, I change. I do not want to stick to something that is pretty mundane and then say, oh, I die also, I change. No, I'm not that kind of person. And I like to uh, encourage you to be patient, is because you need to be patient in order to find clarity. Otherwise, you will always jump into conclusion. There were times when people were talking, I like to chip in. I like to, when people just talking, I like to put in words even before people finish to show that I am smart. Actually, to be honest, I think that if stupid is the word, I think I'm stupid. So, and then I realized, well, patience helps me a lot. Nowadays, I wait until the sentence is finished, and then I patiently waited for a few seconds, and then I find the answer or the solution so that I can give it from the bottom of my heart. It's the same thing when you give comments here. For things that I know, I will answer promptly. For things that I don't know, I will need to go back and research it. And sometimes research also doesn't help, because when you're talking about awakening your worth, everybody's worth is different. What I see right could be wrong for you, what you see wrong could be right for me. So therefore, in growing up, in awakening your worth, there is no one fixed rule, except there's certain processes that I use to as a guideline so that I can also align myself back to my core. I have 1001 thing I wanted to do, and I only have so much time left. I don't know how much time I'm left, but being 60, it brings me to the point that, well, I have to admit growing old is nice, but it also take away a lot of things from me, such as uh, the the ability to really uh, perform my duties as uh, as a national. The biggest point that hit home yesterday was that I cannot fully awakening final answer is time. Mr. Sim, I don't think I can fully awaken. I have too many things I wanted to awaken. But I hope along the way, many people will be able to do that. Yeah. I'm awakening one thing at a time, and every time something is awakened, the word brings a lot of clarity. And in the clarity, it also brings confusion. It's like what I was just saying is like, uh, I've been asking myself, yeah, I've been very honest. I have been very truthful, but I still have past that are not being settled. I still have things that comes to me every time I uncover another layer of worth. So I'm just thinking, why does it happen to me? And then I realized that it happened to me because I am ready, right? I am ready at this moment for another level. So there's no right or wrong. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, Mr. Sim, you understand it totally. You know, we tends to it's like when you are taking exam, then you ask yourself, I study so hard, but why my result is not as good as other people? That question will come, whether you like it or not, because it is planted in our DNA. It's already been programmed in our software. You know, in our brain software, we already been given this kind of doubt that it will straight away pop up if something doesn't work. And I, like you, and I are just human being. So what I'm sharing here is, if you did anything wrong or did anything right, and then you see the circumstances, don't how to say, don't insult yourself by saying that you're stupid lah, you should see this coming lah, you should this, you should that lah. It's like Cantonese say 知道还要咩啊 what was the Cantonese word that 有如果就没有 even my Mandarin, my Cantonese is bad. Let me think of it and come back to you. Because we talk in Malaysia, Malaysian we talk campur, so sometimes I also forgot what I'm 知道總之就冇乞兒. That meaning that if you have known it, then there won't be beggars around. You know, so it is the idioms of the kind. And then in period 9, I just want to bring something that I just came across. I attended my my teacher's power up replay, and in this replay it reminded me that in period 9 the fire is burning hot. Yeah, the fire burning hot, meaning that whatever bad things that you have done, you think you have covered it, well, 紙包唔到火, meaning that the fire cannot be wrapped in paper. The smoke will start coming out. It's like the essence file. You know, it's like when you are bonking around, or you are playing around, you are having bad debts around, or you are on the take, or you are being bribed, or you are the one bribing. Everything like that will come up. And I hope all those children of the universe here, you are not one of them. Okay, so if you have hidden sin, it's best you tell people about it. Or you have hidden any kind of fact from your parents, or from your spouse, or from whoever you feel the need to tell. Find a way to tell so that your relationship are not jeopardized. If you value the relationship, if not, then you might as well have it in the open and then cut it off. I'm not asking you all to go into divorce and separation. I'm asking you all to come out and face the light. And always ask yourself the question about how good you are. How good you are in preparing yourself, or I wouldn't say how good, because today my topic is patient. So how patient are you with yourself? Thank you. Nice quote. Yeah, I didn't notice. I was wearing red most of the time, but nowadays, because I come out to the office, the co-office space that I am renting, then I like to wear whatever is comfortable. So welcome back to Awakening Your Worth. And have you prepared yourself for next week, starting tomorrow? make every morning important, make every night fruitful. In other words, when you wake up in the morning, give thanks for waking up. You are still breathing, that means you are good. Give thanks to the people that you're going to meet. You don't know who they are. Okay. Give thanks to the universe, because you and me, we all exist in the universe. And then go out with full energy and expectation of good things. But if you face anything that is not good, don't treat it as a punishment. I spoke about punishment, I think 3 days ago or 4 days. Last week I spoke about punishment. Treat it as a lesson that you need to learn, and the faster you learn, the faster you climb the ladder of success that you want. Be it emotionally or physically, or maybe in your job, in your career, in your love life, I don't know. You have to keep growing. You don't stop growing, because if you stop growing, you'll be very safe, yeah. But safety is not period 9 energy. You'll be kicked out of your job. You'll be kicked out of your safety net. So you need to find a space where you call your space. A space that you can honestly stick to it. And where people understand that you have it, you have it. You don't have it, you ask. You know, it is during my, I have to refer back to my era, because it is such an interesting way to look at things now and then. During my era, the problem that I face is we are very scared to ask people for help, because we will be seen as incompetent, or you are seen as not capable, or people will take advantage of you, and so on and so forth. But in this era, well, if you don't want to ask people for help, learn, find time, and these are all patient, to go and Google search. You can use AI, you can use a lot of gadgets to find your answer. But don't bulat take the answer and give people. You need to cook it up. You need to take the essence of the information and then transform it into your ideas. That's what coaches are for too. But AI do it differently than a coach. As a coach, we involve emotion, we involve the thought thinking process, we future pace, we past pace, we present pace. We do things spontaneously. And if you are using AI, they are depending a lot on data that is extracted from wherever they can from the information that you ask. And for coaches, the difference is the information that you wanted is what the coaches can help you to get. That is the biggest difference, because the answer lies with the client. AI, the answer lies with everybody's opinion. And if you don't know how to dissect that information, you will be more confused. But with coaching, you have clarity. Even in confusion, you have clarity. Because emotion is something that AI cannot replace yet. I don't know, maybe they can later, but not now. So it is best that if you are at a crossroad, or if you are facing some kind of difficulty, look for a coach. It can be me, it can be anyone that you feel you are comfortable with. Okay, so I'll encourage that. Another 2 minutes I will go off today. I will keep it to 45 minutes because I need to attend one more session online, and I don't have so much time to play with until I see you. Hopefully I can post tomorrow. If not, then I'll see you on Tuesday, and I hope you can update me what you have been doing, and tell me your story. Right. So thank you for joining. Any more question that you want to ask? Uh, importance of self-awareness and asking for help. If you don't ask for help, normally most of the time you're not aware of your value, or maybe you totally don't have value. Those are the people who keep asking and not acting, right? So there are many type of people in the world. So like can I say 一種米食幾萬人. So it's one type of grains can eat so many billions or millions of people. So even if you're born from the same company, the same parents, the same family, same parents, your DNA is different. In a way, it is different. So don't just copy paste what people do as success as your result. If I wanted to copy paste, I would have gone very far, but I did not, because I feel that in awakening your word, authenticity does matter. My opinion does matter because I share what I know. I use my knowledge, I use my experiences. Am I really that pure? No. I still have my past. I still have my problem. I still have my issue. But how people view me is not as important as how I view myself. So I hope whoever out there, if you are being judged by people, stay motivated, stay loving yourself, and you will see what I'm talking about will benefit you in future. So till I see you again, happy night and have a wonderful week ahead. Sunny, I see you tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Okay.